I should have done in the beginning. But we have a few prominent associations out here that we need to acknowledge. Okay? For example, the Bombay Catholic Sabha. We have Gordon there. Gordon, thanks for coming. Please stand. That's Gordon, the president of the Bombay Catholic Sabha. We've got Warren and Paul. Is Paul there? Warren is the president, secretary of the Saint Sebastian Society. And Warren, no, Paul, sorry. Thanks for coming here. And who else? We have the head of the East Indian Association. Have I got that right? There is. Yes, exactly. The East Indian Association, right? And Mrs. Shroff of the Car Residents Association, which is KRA. Okay, that's Mrs. Shroff. And of course, all of you here, I mean, thank you so much for coming. We've been able to get these invites and SMSs out only in the past 48 hours. And of course, you'll have come out here because we want answers. And I'm going to get straight into it. Of course, I don't know, Ashish, you want to introduce the candidate before I get into the questions? You want to say a few words? Okay, Alka.
Hello friends, once again. You're waiting to hear Poonam and Ashish speak. And as I told you, she is a very dynamic candidate, which the party has given us. She's educated, she's dedicated, she's worked with the party. She doesn't come from the dynasty. She has been working for the party for the last so many years, and then she's been given the ticket. She's a professional pilot. And, well, the rest you'll hear from her. And once again, whatever I told you, please rest assured all your questions and all your doubts will be clear. As you know, Ashish Shelar has been working here for the last 10 years. And there has always been peace and harmony, and in fact there has been participation of the people. Whatever we have been doing is with people's consent, and there has always been one-to-one talk. Ashish has been approachable, so am I. The same legacy is going to be continued by Poonam. And welcome once again. I would now request Ashishji to address you. No? Our candidate, Poonam.
Good evening, all. I really thank all of you with bottom of my heart to come in support of Ashish, all of us for Team BJP. You know the candidate's name, as Alkadai has told you. I am here just going to put few points, what I feel for my city, my constituency, my people, all of us. What actually our dream for our city, our society and our locality is. There are 3-4 points which I would like to work on. I got the responsibility to contest from this constituency, where it's been, when I got this constituency, a lot of press people came to me and they questioned that there's a perception that this is a Congress bastion. And what do you think about it? I just gave them an answer because I had all the data ready with me. I said there's a large difference. You have already given the answer to my question, that it's a perception. That's not a ground reality. And the reason is not I want to talk against Congress or against an MP or against an elected representative. The reason is that past so many years, what do you expect from your local representative who's a corporator, MLA and an MP? What do you want from them? You expect a proper policy-driven work for yourself, for citizen-centric connectivity with your politician, and what we can do for our constituency, our locality, few policies, national policies which affects our lives, and few policies which affects our society, our city. And we look forward to do that with an MP. I did a lot of survey, worked on it. I've been working with the party for the past 8 years, but I've been sent to Assam and Tamil Nadu to work for the organization because I was working for the youth wing. Past 8 months, they put me as a national secretary, the youngest national secretary in Mr. Rajnath Singh's team. Then I did work for 6 months to connect with first-time voters. You know how difficult that job is, filling up Form 6, connecting with people, filling out with other responsibilities, add up few more things and make one person, each person a voter. who really wants to be part of this democracy, because this country is getting younger and younger day by day. 65% of the population is under 35. And when I touch 40, I'll also look old. Because in 2025, the average age of this country will be 25. So this is how the country is getting and looking younger, more vivacious, faster, impatient. And impatience is not only in youngsters, in all of us, because what we have seen in past 10 years with national policies, how we work for our city, how it's affecting our lives. I would never want to get into any negativity of a person, but I would like to get into a negativity of policies, how it's driven us. What I feel when we go abroad, when we are outside, we see Asian countries going forward, or any other country who are developing countries and getting into inroads of being a developed country. Their financial capital or their main metro cities are always taken by the federal structure. It's always the investment comes from the federal or the national government to take the city forward for their infrastructural values, for their city-centric issues, for their civic-centric issues. There's always been that kind of involvement. What I have seen as a youngster, as a political activist, there's no enough involvement of federal structure in the financial capital. That's why the slums are growing faster, the roads are getting worse, the infrastructure is getting worse and worse day by day. They started with JNN and RUM, and I was at Agni and I did raise that issue. I said JNN and RUM, the whole concept of it is finished by 31st March 2014. They had planned in 2005 to make few projects, help them, and take Mumbai's infrastructure forward. But they could not do that because their cut-off date was 31st March 2014. So 2005 to 2014. And only one project is completed, which is in Greater Mumbai, which is in Mumra. They could not even complete any project where they had invested in Mumbai's infrastructure for 3,000 crore. Then at that time, what your MP can do? Your MP can fight for you because, again, it's a federal investment. The MP can push, because the MP's government is in Maharashtra also. So the MP can push for these policies that this money has been involved. They had taken money from the World Bank also. World Bank slapped a lot of notices on them. And then an MP can raise a question, talk to people, talk to their government and push for a speedy development. But I did not see that in this constituency for past 10 years. Maybe I'm factually right or wrong, you can tell me more. You have seen it and been suffering from it. Second most important thing, what I and my agenda and my party's agenda is, you have always seen Ashish working as a citizen-centric connectivity. I always believe in the module of PPP, public politician participation or public politician participation in with will take partnership. So we can take 10 steps forward, you can come 1 or 2 steps forward, and we get together for a reason, for this citizen-centric city. This city deserves many things which we have not been seeing for past 10 years can get. Most importantly, Indian Railways and our Mumbai local. We have seen infrastructurally Mumbai local needs almost a 10% of rail budget to take the upliftment of Mumbai local and push them forward. And I appeal, or I believe that once our rail budget, the NDA government puts the rail budget forward, I think Mumbai Railway, which I 100% promise you, will get the maximum amount investment in Mumbai Railway because that's our heartline. Third, most importantly, what I feel, there is a story of Akbar and Birbal, which I don't know how I put it forward. Once there was a discussion on corruption and Birbal asked Akbar कि मेरे आदमी को पैसा नहीं मिलता है. I don't know, the system is not doing good. He tells his king that, king, you always give good policies, but somewhere it's not reaching to a person. So king gets confused that what is happening, why it's not happening. So Birbal, being a very smart king's aide, he goes to the king and he says, I'll tell you how it works. He says the policy is being made. Then he says, take a small pack of ice. And he gives that big ice cube to a pradhan. Then he says, pass it forward to the sipai. And slowly it passes forward, and at the end there's no ice, there's only water. So he says water's been touched to each and every person's hand, but the ice has not reached to the person. So this is how the corruption is happening. When you want federal structure involvement in Mumbai, I feel Mumbai mayor should get a direct connectivity for involvement for this city. This is what my belief is. So where the mayor gets power, how New York has been doing. New York mayor is the only person who takes the city forward. So I feel that centric involvement, if there is a federal structure, that kind of involvement, we should not come via Delhi to Mumbai, Mumbai to Delhi to Mumbai. Mumbai means Maharashtra government and again comes to Mumbai because there are 17, 18. It's not only BMCs with us, but there are 17, 18 other organizations which are connected to Maharashtra government, and because of political differences, a lot of things don't happen. So I feel what we should look up to is a direct connectivity from Delhi, the national capital, to Mumbai, our financial capital. So public-private partnership ki tarah, public-political partnership we can get into. Connectivity from Delhi as a national capital straight to Mumbai as a financial capital. Most importantly, I don't want to talk negative, but positively what we should have done. I spoke on this issue at many places, Hawker's Bill. All of you living at this area have been suffering with many issues, but Hawker's issue has always been an epitome of that issue, of any other issues. When this bill was discussed in Delhi Parliament, when this bill was even passed, the Mumbai, all 6 MPs of Mumbai, Congress MPs who have been elected for past 10 years, did not even utter a word. What the bill says that 2.5% of the population can have, of that city, that locality, that area, can have hawkers, 2.5% hawkers. But Mumbai does not grow horizontally. Mumbai is always growing vertically. So somehow we don't have area. I mean, I don't want hawkers to stop their businesses. Bichara Garib Aadmi, he also deserves. Everybody have freedom of speech, freedom to live in life. But somewhere there's no connectivity. We are getting irritated by hawkers, hawkers are getting irritated by BMC. Because there are few rules which did not being spoken for. In Delhi, when this hawkers bill was discussed, the MP representative, especially where the hawkers issue has been the biggest issue in this locality, did not even utter a word. What I can promise that change the amendment, especially for Mumbai city, as Mumbai is growing vertically, not horizontally. There should be only designated areas for hawkers, so they can do also their businesses, and you don't get disturbed by that. So all we can balance it. So 2.5% for Mumbai. Mumbai should have a different amendment. When there is an infrastructural discussion, Mumbai, when nationally we make amendments and pass bills, there's no discussion as such. Women's safety. Not a single Congress MP from Mumbai. I'm just talking about my city, my locality. I mean, the nation is changing. We want to see the change in the nation. But where we live, how we are living with our own society, our own people, that's more important for us. So Mumbai-centric agenda will be my only vision for Mumbai, though it is suburban railways, though it is suburban infrastructure, though it is Khar, Bandra, Santa Cruz, till Chandivali, because the constituency starts from Bandra Equation, it ends at Chandivali, which is Hiranandani Garden, Powai. The constituency has very different places and different types of people which we have to connect with. Other important thing is this constituency is housing. Housing has been a major issue because 70% of this constituency is full of slums. There's no connectivity with that too. When we got into a government in 1995, Maharashtra government, we started a Slum Rehabilitation Act where slum dwellers, slum people could get a proper affordable housing, where we can have cleaner and better housing for them and a good area, Mumbai, how Mumbai should be seen. Because whenever you enter from anywhere in Mumbai, when people cross recognition, you just see only one place. And that is the face of Bandra, which is called Nargis Dutt Nagar. I feel saddened that this is what we are looking at. I mean, we can't afford a duplex or a triple houses. But Nargis Dutt Nagar, you can get a jhopdi of duplex or triple kind of houses. You can have even a 5th floor on that hut, and hutmen can have a beautiful house with Tata Sky connected, with water connectivity, with beautiful electricity, and it's just growing. The electricity not paid for. And people fight for electricity. I don't know if you check your bills. Congress MP just fought for electricity, went on dharnas like up, but did not get anything in return to you because you can see your own electricity bill. So most importantly, agenda, economically, Mumbai-centric, citizen-centric, connectivity with our own people, with our own citizen-based issues and agendas to connect. Mumbai city's infrastructure, housing issues, these will be main issues for us in Mumbai, and I promise you do. All of us this community, that region is not for us. We all are together. For me, all my Christian friends are almost Christian friends, right? 99% as you said. I just want to promise you all, when my son was born, his godfather is my very close Catholic friend. His name is Andre Timmins, and many people know him. He's from his craft. And he's my very dear friend. Whenever I fight with my husband, I'm always at his house crying. So that connectivity I have with my friends, and he's the godfather to my son. So that's how we live. That's how we've always been raised. That's how we all middle class Mumbai people have been raised. So fear, guilt, suspicion, I think you have looked at our team. They have cleared all that to you and always done the best work for development for all of us. So I promise you, I'm always here. There's always a say in this area that we have not seen an MP, never spoken to the MP, and there's no visibility and credibility. But I promise you, I'll try my best. I'm young, I'm ready to work, I'm ready to connect directly. These are my visions for India. These are my visions for my city, my constituency. I hope you bless me. I hope God willingly everything goes well. And all of us move forward with our PPP module and make the city a better place for living for all of us. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Poonam.